Hello everyone, this is Natnarf signing back in and welcome back to 999. Oh, sorry, I'm hungry. Wait. Nice biscuit. Nah, I don't want to quit. We're going into the heart of the things again. Because I stopped here because I didn't want that long explanation to continue again. So yeah. Junpei, have you ever heard of the term CAS? CAS? Stands for Cells Alive System. It is an advanced technology for freezing and preserving organ matter. Simply put, this is a technique that allows one to freeze things without the formation of ice crystals. Normally, if you freeze something fresh, water within its cells expands it as crystallizations, damaging the cell membrane. Ice, however, works different. The object to be frozen is supercooled using magnetic fields, then frozen instantly and uniformly, giving ice crystals no time to form. It was originally developed for the preservation of food as an alternative to the normal freezing process. Now, however, there are rumors that it can be used for other things. Other things? What do you mean? There's obvious medical uses, but perhaps also space travel. Hypnotic sleep, which will be used in the later game, in the second game. If you actually haven't played that, I suggest you go buy it, because I cannot buy it. I don't have a 3DS console thingy for the computer, and it's on the 3DS. You have to buy it. You have to pay for it. I cannot buy it because there's none of that here in Hong Kong. And I don't have a credit card to buy it off the internet, so sorry. But remember that. You remember that. You go play that, you remember this. Must. Space travel, are you serious? Surely you have heard of suspended animation, cryogenic freezing. It's a fairly common idea in science fiction books and films. People are sometimes frozen for especially lengthy journeys through space. That was when Junpei understood what Ace was suggesting. Whoa, wait a minute there. Yeah. Ace looked at him and raised a brow. Are you saying that Alice was frozen using that casting? Well, I'm sure that's the possibility. The possibility is quite low, but it is a possibility. If this special ice you call all ice does indeed exist, and if Cass were used to freeze her into that sort of ice instantaneously, you think she could be alive? Well, I can't say for sure, of course. I'm only talking about the possibilities. The melting point for Ice 9 is 96 degrees, right? If she were put somewhere where she could reach that temperature, that's nuts! Are you really saying she could have defrosted and started walking about? You're quite right, it does sound unbelievable. But if she had, then we would have an explanation for the man we found dead on the floor. You mean the guy dressed like the captain? Yes. He was dead when we found him. Certainly he was murdered. But if he was murdered, then by who? Couldn't have been one of us. That would have been impossible. In order to enter the captain's quarters, one must first open door number 1. That door requires the Earth key that prevents us from accessing the door 1. Who was it that opened the door? Santa Lotus, right. Clearly, the two of them could not have opened door 1 or any other door, for that matter. Who else then could have done so? Thought for a second. Nobody. After Santa and Lotus had used the Earth, they turned back and met up with Junpei and June, who just returned from E-Deck. Four of them then proceeded to return to the large hospital room to reunite with Ace, 7, and Clover. When Junpei and his team had gone into the shower room, Ace, 7, and Clover had been left in the large hospital room, but they would have been unable to open door 1. Perhaps when Junpei and Jun had taken the elevator to door 2 then? No, that would have been impossible as well. They had only gone 5 minutes. No human could have been able to run to Captain's quarter, kill the man in there, and run back in 5 minutes. It would have been possible for any one of us to beat the murder. That being the case, who could have killed him? Wouldn't it make sense if the killer was someone who had already been in the ship for some time? Nah. The person that would likely to know the ship well. They would know the location of all the hidden passengers and secret doors. Numbered doors would mean nothing to someone like that. It would be simple thing for them to enter the captain's quarters. And you're saying the killer has Alice. You're crazy. Trying to raise an eyebrow. drew his thumb across his lips thoughtfully. So this is all only one possible theory. Alice really somewhere on the ship with them? Junpei had only one clue. The card in his hand. It would, he hoped, grant him access to the knowledge of forest. A forest of knowledge, sorry. But beyond that, what waited for him and beyond the forest of knowledge? Whatever might be there, however, would have to wait. At the moment, there was nothing Junpei could do. He gripped the card key tighter and shoved it deep into his pocket. New material had been added to the file screen. Oh, hello. Unique key. Looks like a USB. No, a hook. What wasn't a joke? I know, man. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that it's a joke. I'm sorry, I have a biscuit in my mouth. What? Code. There's 4 rows of numbers and letters. They'll start with 0 and end with 8. F and V respectively. Nothing to do with number bases. New material added to the file screen. Not that. Oh god, not again. I think this probably used to be a door. Right there, as long as this metal plate here. Even without the metal plate, the deck's in the way. No, not that. Let's see what happens if I flip one of these switches. Nothing. It doesn't work anymore. Great. Maybe pointing at the exit. What am I gonna do again? No dice. There's nothing in it. Not on the chair, kinda creepy out. Place under the bed. Sorry. It's old trowograph machine. I'll be honest, I have no idea it works. Will be some kind of radio transmitter. Sorry, my food is still in my mouth. Yay, thanks. It won't turn on, so maybe that's not that normal. Couple of cables on the decks. Headphones for listening to the radio transmission, I think. Nothing. Chair. Clock. Pants are moving. Little surprised that the time is wrong then, I suppose. Then there's nothing on the back. What am I... Nothing left. At least it won't make me go through every drawer like in Amnesia. Wait, let me see this. Key, it seems that way. Square. Let's use it over there. Where there? Unique key. Live in here? Okay, maybe it's this one. Maybe the key I got earlier. Great! Junpei, look. It's mine sign on the screen. 8 of them. That probably means we gotta put in 8 digits. Oh no. Sorry. No. Just press the E and enter. If I mess up, I guess that's just press C. What the? Pretty sure I've searched every part of the room by now. I don't know. Actually, I forgot about this. It's an old school CDR TV. There's nothing on it but static. That shows this exit. I mean, it's just a door. 4 on the bottom just say 0. Maybe it's the letters 0. Let's see. I have to work my way backwards even further. Where's my pen? Oh no. Can I borrow the pen? Thank you. Let's see. I left off with R. S T U V W X. My paper's a whole tiny thing. X, Y, Z. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 0. If I say 0, I guess I need to put in 8 numbers. Come on, let me go. If I mess up, that means okay. So maybe if we start 0, Z is 34, E is 14. If we're doing this by the numeric base, R 27. Oh, 24. Is it? No. I'm pretty sure that's it though. Oh, 35. Sorry, I wrote in 34 twice. Okay, redo it again. My bad. It's my bad. I was like, I'm reading the paper. Finally. It's like, why is there 2 34s on my paper? 35. Z. E is 14. Yeah. R is 27. Then 24 is O. Oh. Good work. Good job, Junpei. Excellent. You seem to have unlocked it. Good work, Junpei. Alright, let's go. We pass through the camera. You found it! I was like, I have to use my brain a little bit because I'm hungry. That's why I'm eating biscuits. Hmm?
What are you doing? Good morning, Daddy, to you.
Okay. Stepped out of the captain's quarters and into another hallway. The hallway stretched out in front of Junpei for a bit before turning left like a great backward L. Junpei rounded the corner and took off down the straight way. Huh? Oh, that's your problem. He ran and ran and ran. At the end of the hallway was a door. He made straight for it. He was nearly halfway to it when he noticed a piece of paper in the middle of the floor. What was a piece of paper doing in the middle of the hallway? Exactly. Skidded to a halt. Jumped down to his hands and knees and quickly tore the paper off the floor. A map! Trying to examine it more closely, it was clear that it was a map. A specifically a map from the ship interior on the deck A. What, Bad? What's wrong? A slightly slower by virtue of his advanced age had finally caught up to Junpei. Junpei said nothing, simply showed Ace what he had found. He looked at it long enough to determine what it was and nodded. Proceed. With that, he began running again, past Junpei. Junpei shoved the map into a pocket and got out to follow Ace, but something stopped him. Where's Clover? He looked around. Clover was nowhere to be seen. Ah, what again? Angrily under his breath and took off back in the way he came from. Somewhere around the corner, he saw her. Standing in front of the door, the captain's quarters, her hand in the doorknob. Junpei watched she close it gently and quietly. Nothing. Really? What? You've got something in your pocket. What is it? A note. Found it in the pocket of the guy with the captain's clothes. It said something about the darkness of the sinister hand or something. Let me see it. But Junpei wasn't going to get to see it.
This one?
Later. Here, there is his voice. Ah! Why? Why, Clover? Why? 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 Hey, Junpei, come on! What are you two doing? Hurry up! Shrugged. I'll show it to you later, alright? Come on, we gotta hurry. Junpei was gone. Again with this. A note. Junpei was curious, but there was something else that bothered him. Her pocket had been bulging for more than it could be just a note. He convinced himself that it would make sense later and ran off after Clover. Pushed through the door and found himself in a large room with a large set of stairs. Oh. Yeah, we've been around in circles now. I see after reading the map itself, that means that Ace had probably realized the same thing. Junpei looked around, but Ace was nowhere to be seen. Put his hand on the handrail and leaned over to look down. There he was. And not just Ace, Santa, June, Seven, and Lotus as well. Junpei and Clover glanced at each other and hurried down the stairs. We're back to this B-deck, sorry. Junpei! Clover! Ace was excited. No, it looks angry. Something had happened, much that Junpei could tell by looking at her. What's up? Given their situation, he was not inclined to be excited about sudden developments. June, however, couldn't contain herself. You found it! Found what? 9! What did you find? The last door! You found 9! What? Come on, just follow us. We'll explain it on the way. Okay, let's go. 7 turned, jogged up down the stairs. The rest followed. We finally made it! Relief and excitement in her voice echoed that each one of them with fault. They're finally fine. June wasn't quite ready to believe they'd really done it, at least not just yet. Still, if everyone said that it was door 9, then it was probably... He started racing. A mixture of anticipation and fear ran through his veins, and he could feel his legs shaking. Doing his best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny that this prospect of escape was an exciting one. There was one thing he couldn't get off his mind. The numbered door could only accommodate between 3 to 5 people. 7 of them on the way to door 9. That meant, in the base case scenario, there would be 2 of them who would stay behind. 2 people. Any solutions to that problem yet, but he was desperate, hoping that one could prevent it. So, Junpei looked over at the clock. Indicated it was 4:30, 1.5 hours left. 19 minutes before their time was up. Hey, June, what the hell are you two doing? Hurry up. Sudden's voice jolted Junpei out of his reverie. Let's go, Jumpy. Jumpy. The dog as quick as she could. Junpei followed. I actually have to replay again because I need to go back because there's another route. Because you can't solve all these. You have to go back through another route. Group, they piled into the elevator and rode impatiently down to E deck. Look familiar. Oh, the other side. The metal grate between the 2 elevators. 7 grabbed a hold of it and began to talk. I know I told you I'd explain it earlier, but honestly, there isn't much to explain. After we split off from you guys, the 4 of us got into the elevator on the left. That took us to the other side of the grate. After that, they headed down the hallway. Took them towards the bow of the ship and eventually to the number 6 that Junpei and June had found earlier. They'd been able to open and kept going. As usual, they faced a locked door, but they'd been forced to complete 2 different areas before they could unlock it. Once they were through the door, there was another hallway that went into another direction, towards the stern. So anyway, you found the elevator. That's right. So in other words, you kind of did a lap, right? You came from that side into this side. Yeah. That settled. Junpei looked around. So where's the number north? Over here. Follow me. 7 began to walking down the hallway that leaned towards the stern. Junpei and the others broke into a jog to keep up with him. They had been walking for a while. Jun in silence kept step with Junpei when she spoke. You know, it's because of Santa that we're all here right now. What? The 7 of us are going to door 9. Don't get it. 7 and Lotus. What did their digital route? Yeah. It's 9. That's right. They could have just left me behind and kept going if they wanted to. But they did. Yep. Nico-san wouldn't let them. He said we can't leave June behind. That's why we went looking for you guys. Then you guys got in the elevator and went back to the central staircase. That's right. Well, I wouldn't have called that one that Santa would be the one to stick up for you. But his eyebrows knit as he considered that. Don't get me wrong. That sensed Junpei's concern. I don't mean that 7 and Lotus said they wanted to leave me behind. We were just talking about it and Santa objected to it first. How come? I don't think he's the type to do that. If he was about to respond when 7 suddenly stopped. In front of them stood a door. So this is it. Couldn't see the 7's face, but he could see him and nod. There's no other place for us to go. Nope. Just look around. At the end of the hallway was a thick iron wall. To the left and the right, the other hallways led to port and starboard, the sides of the ships, but they were both closed up by thick metal grates. Sorry. It looked as though 7 was right. The door in front of them was their only choice. Alright, let's get moving. Pulled open the door and walked in. Junpei took a deep breath and followed. They'd been telling the truth. First thing Junpei saw as he entered the room was a number. 9. Like all the others, it was a rough thing made of red paint. The door it decorated sat on the back wall of the rectangular room. Junpei ran up to it. It was a large double door with powerful... Why is the paint under the doorknobs? Something about it was almost majestic, and it made red paint look especially garish. Grabbed the handle and shook it. It didn't budge, but then he hadn't really expected it to. The red was bolted to the wall next to the door. It displayed red Display read vacant. Finally they arrived. Junpei felt a flood of emotion wash over him. He felt a chill down his back, his chest tightened even as his blood began to boil. What to speak when... Look behind you! Turn around. Scarcely believed what he saw. The door and a 9. Another 1. Hey, what the heck? What the heck is going on here? Came slowly, his brain struggled to understand what he'd seen. He made his way to the second 9. Small door set parallel to the door they came through, but in the other corner of the room. There is no mistaking it. The number, and if any more proof was needed, the red was bolted onto the wall next to the door. He grabbed the handle and shook the door. Not because he expected it to open, but because he had to make sure it was real. Why the heck are there 2 doors? It was Ace who spoke first. Do you think perhaps one is the right door and the other one is the wrong door? Lotus was skeptical. I don't know about that. That seems unlikely. What makes you say that? Well, think about all the rooms we've been through so far. They're full of puzzles, but there are always hints about how to solve them. Pretty sure there aren't any rooms where we're just... What? Oh, the ants went in the cup. Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye, ant. Ow. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm eating Pringles right now. And last night when we finished church, and then we went to go to the supermarket to buy the food and necessary things we need, we found Pringles, Halloween version. The standard size should be standard size, of course.
I did the surprise.
Yeah.
I did it surprise and it's scary. I did it.
Yes, you did it. And then you bought the Pringles, and it looked really small. The cylinder casing looked smaller than the standard size. Now I only looked inside.
This big, brother.
And now as I look inside, the Pringles that is normally a finger length in length the Pringle is now about 3 knuckles in length. The full length of Pringle should be 4 knuckles.
What's this one?
Now it's only 3 knuckles. That's not good. Okay, where we just said was the best. Yes, and leave it to solve the puzzle. You really think that it's at the very end of the game? Zero's going to suddenly throw in something that depends entirely on luck. There's some sort of hint into this room? No, I don't think there's a hint anywhere in here. I searched it very well when I was in here before. I didn't find anything else that might have been a hint though. Well then that means... Yeah, both of these doors are the right door. I mean, if you think about it. Nero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it. Okay. Laughing at me. Took the exit. Kick the door that carries a 9. Got to mother himself. There are 2 number 9 doors. If we split up right, that's not gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work because none of their numbers gonna connect. You've got a notebook and a pen, right? Can I borrow them? Slightly confused, he pulled them out and handed them to her. Look at this. Over opened a notebook and a blank page and set it down on the desk. Everyone else gathered around her and watched as she wrote down a series of numbers.
Look. Look at this.
Oh gosh. Get it? The numbers on the top are all combinations of digital roots of 9. The numbers on the bottom are the people who don't fit. There's only 8 possibilities if you split them into 2 or 3 groups of 4. So, if 3 people go through the door, then 4 people are left behind. If 4 go through, then 3 are left behind, right?
Which one's small?
You eat. Clover nodded, almost as if she were pleased with herself for solving a difficult math problem. You're just smart, girl, okay? You're just smart. Ah. Quiet. The room went very quiet. Silence lay across everyone like a thick, heavy blanket. No one spoke. Their faces were blank. Never for something else to look at, Junpei turned his eyes around the room. As he did, he began to wonder, what was it? The doors were covered in candles. The wavering flame made the shadows of Junpei and his companions look as though they were dancing. 2 rows of wooden panels filled most of the rooms. Between them was a strip of rich red carpet. The carpet ran straight through the room, ending the door that pointed to the stern of the boat. The end of the carpet. An altar. It was a recessed space between the wall and the 2 other doors. Sitting on the raised section of the altar was a coffin. No. No, it couldn't possibly be. But it wasn't. But if it wasn't, then whose body occupied it? That was as far as Jun wanted to pursue that line of thought. He decided not to think about the coffin for the time being. At that moment, Seven spoke. There was an edge of humor to his voice, but it was forced. Okay, I give up. I figured if we sat around here long enough, someone would volunteer. But I guess nobody's got the guts to do it. Come on! And he wasn't the only one. What? You guys didn't figure it out yet? Fine. Let me enlighten you. Clover was mostly right with her little explanation earlier, but she missed something. She wasn't really wrong. She's just... screw it. Let me just write it out. Grabbed the notebook and began to write it. Those colored around him, desperate to look. You're trying to leave with a group of 3 and a group of 4 and let everybody out. Clover is right. There's another way. Only one combination though. Split into 3, and on. You can make it this combination. You do it to me. I don't wanna. No! Don't get me wrong here. I'm not trying to copy Ace or anything like that. Even if he hadn't been the hero back in the hospital room, I'd still say the same thing. The same thing. Are you saying, yeah, I am. I'll stay behind. No, I want you with me. Come on, Seven. No! Why are you acting so heroic all of a sudden? Are you some kind of idiot? Lois was the first to speak. That in itself was a little strange. She'd reacted much differently when Ace had volunteered. See? You little... I'm completely against this. God damn me if I'm gonna have to God damn if I'm going to have to owe you for getting out of here. The rest of them began to speak all at once. I'm against it too. I don't want to leave Ace behind, and I didn't want to leave you here. I don't like that idea. There's gotta be other options. I disagree as well. I can say as much as I care for you being a hero. Finally, quiet down, Junpei looked at Seven. Well, here you go, Seven. Proposal denied. I was right, there gotta be a better way than this. Seven made some noise that was somewhere between the derived snort and cough. Yeah. What? Hold on anymore, not. Okay, I had to pause there for a moment because the plates and the food on the table a little bit messed up, so yeah. But my daughter was all over the place. Doesn't make any sense. Doing his best to pretend they were making a foolish decision, but Junpei could see the twinkling of water at the corners of... Oh, you were crying! I want to give you a hug! Come on! Oh, come on! Come here, give me a hug. That was when Sandra spoke.
No, we're stuck.
Oh, hold on a minute. I haven't said anything yet.
What?
Ah! That sentence quite quiet for the whole discussion of Seven's fate. Something in his voice made Junpei uncomfortable. Are you agreeing? You want to leave him here? Shook his head. Nah, I'm against it. I don't want to leave Seven here alone. Then why? I don't see how it matters. I said alone. Hey? I said I don't want to leave Seven alone. Ah, you want to stay behind? They're cold and hard. What the hell are you? But you don't get it. I can't leave one person. Need 2 more. Oh, that's where the real shite comes. Including 7. Leaving 3 people. It's my proposal. No. Those are my orders. What do you mean orders? What the heck makes you think you can order us around? Who the hell's gonna listen to you? You all will. In 3 seconds you won't have a choice. 3, 2, 1. We're getting to one part of the main story here. Santa was so fast, Junpei could barely see him. Moved it was almost like watching a dance. His feet moving like lightning. He spun and... Ah! Great! My weakness. See? I told you. Where did you get that gun? It's nicely drawn though. Look at that. It's really good. Fell in a cruel, mocking smile. Shudder travels to the length of Junpei's spine. Wait. Let me get that screen. Let me get that nice ass screenshot. His chest froze and he could feel his breath go stale in his lungs. Nothing made sense. Junpei felt as though his head were about to explode. Suddenly changed in attitude, saying that he needed 2 more. The gun in his right hand and a revolver. Santa grabbed Jun from behind and pressed what Junpei's shaken brain identified as a revolver roughly against his temple. What he was doing with the gun. Where on earth did Santa had found a gun? Questions rolled in his mind, but his mouth refused to answer them. He even spoke almost as though he had sensed Junpei's confusion. Guns from the other room. What room? One of the room behind door 6. I should have known he was going to do this. I should have taken the gun. Well, too late enough. Ah! You stop it! Stop! Darn it. Picture of fury and frustration twisted his stemmed face and glared at Santa. Santa, for his part, didn't do so much as a flinch. The corner of his lips twisted into a slight, wider smile. Smile faded and began to move. Walked backwards, dragging Jun with him. To the number 9. His back was rested against the door. The wall next to him was the red. Put his hand on the scanner and quickly forced Jun to do the same. It's just planned. But then I'm out. Now, the time for you to start following my orders. Ace, Lotus, congratulations. You get to be saved. Choosing you to come with me. Put your hands on the red. And I meant when he said he needed 2 more. Now you're deaf, I gave an order. Glared at Ace and Lotus. Stayed frozen like a deer caught in the headlights of an oncoming car. Right. Fine. I didn't want to waste any bullets, but you guys don't have. Just go and get it. Out of Santa's mouth, that his hand twisted. Gun roared into wall. God dangus. Floor exploded, shattering the wooden splitters across the floor. No. Thin fume of smoke out of the floor. No. Real was working unreal. Why? Why are you doing this? Try and disbelief. I thought you were one of us. I thought we were friends. What? You knew about the leaf word and the 4-leaf word, Clover. Tweak. Almost imperceptibly. What the hell's that shite? I've got no idea. You're lying. Shush. Just shush, you stupid. You want me to put the bullet in your fire? No. I don't want to say the words because my daughter's here. Flecks of spit you flew from his mouth and face twisted rage. Coiled her eyes wide when she spoke. Her voice was very small. Santa. Snorted, then shook his head vigorously and turned to face Ace and Lotus. Alright. What are you still doing here for? And scandals bracelet. I don't have all day. What's the matter? Your hearing starting to go? Going senile, maybe. Ace and Lotus didn't move. It almost as if they couldn't move. She was pale behind Santa's arms. Her eyes were wild, and her face and her chest heaved with every quick breath, like an animal cornered by a predator. But fiercely, what were they going to do? Well, I realized something. Nothing they need to do. There was nothing to debate. Jin's safety was the first priority. That was much as obvious. Let's see. 3, 6, 9. Doing as Santa's commanded meant that she would have to sever 2 threads. He shot, but he wouldn't leave the ship all alive, along with Santa, Ace, and Lotus. Only one thing for Junpei to do. Turn to Ace and Lotus. Please, go. Huh? But, Junpei, what are you saying? If you stay here, you're gonna be stuck. If you stay here, you're gonna be stuck, Junpei. Sorry. And so will Clover and Seven. I know. But you don't need to worry about us. We'll figure something out. Right, Seven? Right. Just leave it to us. Gonna be piss me off with what to do, Santa says, but don't worry about me either. There's still something I have to take care of. But no, you can't. Yes, we can. Yes, you and your faces. Ace, Lotus, don't move, do it. Don't worry about me, please. And was almost crying. Junpei walked around behind Ace and Lotus. Without a word, he laid a hand on each of their backs and gently pushed them forward. Almost stumbled, then right-handed himself and took another step and another. They turned around and Junpei nodded. Ace and Lotus turned around again and slowly walked toward the door where Santa was waiting for them. What seemed like an eternity, they stopped in front of the door marked 9 and placed their hands on the screen. Beep, beep. Santa smiled. Alright, now let's get those hands in the scanner panel. Maybe one of them should knock them out. What do you think? I'm freaking kidding around? Don't give a dime about this girl. That doesn't need a person, you know. All I need is the bracelet. I get it? Now, good. Go put your freaking hands on the scanner. Not gonna say it again. Shove the revolver harder against Jun's head and wins. Fine. Feed it and place his hand on the scanner. I'm fine, sorry. Lotus went next. Lotus glared at Santa and slammed her hand on the scanner panel. Don't break the scanner panel, please. Love your rings. Fourth after his blink on. Good job. Now Lotus pull that lever. As soon as the door opens, you get your ass in there. Trying anything stupid, you know what happens, right? Junpei could almost hear Lotus's teeth grind. The door slid open. Door number 9 opened at last. With a low, powerful a drum roll to welcome a chosen few. Alright, go. Ace walked through the door, their eyes furious but defeated, stood and waited until they were all the way inside and hauled himself and Jun across the threshold as well. 5, 6, 9. 6, 5, 8, 9. What am I talking? Later. Someone ought to punch them in the face. The door swung shut. The gust of air it created caused the candles of the altar to flicker and die. The room fell silent. Junpei, Clover, and Seven had been left behind. Clover looked down her hand and traced with her finger at the faint blue veins that crisscrossed them. Seven shoved his arms in front of his overalls and scratched his stomach. No one spoke. Silence made their air feel thick and oppressive. Desperate for something, anything to occupy his mind, Junpei walked towards the larger of the two nine doors. He stood in front of it and looked at the red. Cedric raged. He moved towards the smaller door. It said vacant. The root of 9 remained people was 7. There was no possible way for them to open the door. No! If Snake is still alive, then you can go. Touch the surface of the door and kicked it. About Akane Kurashiki. Well, she's safe. That was all that mattered to him. If she was alive, she had to escape this horrible boat. That was when Junpei prayed for. Seven came up to him. He pulled his half off and scratched his head inside. So what do you want to do, Junpei? What do you mean, what do I want to do? What can we do? Seven opened his mouth to respond when... The coffin! Near the room. Someone was pounding on something vigorously. Wasn't medical, it was certainly human. Junpei and Seven looked at one another. What was that? Shh, quiet. However, motioned to Seven to be quiet. She put one finger to her lips and closed her eyes to concentrate. The three of them listened, trying to determine when the sound was coming from. Where? Where was it coming from? Could it be this coffin? Right! Let's open it. And I gotta save it here. I'm sorry. I think all of you knew it was coming, but I just had to. I'm sorry. So, thank you so much for watching. I know you guys hate cliffhangers, but if you want to see more of this and want to see what happens, just simply wave your wand like a sorcerer and hit the like button and subscribe button.
Are you done?
Almost. And rewind like a sorcerer and hit the like button and subscribe button to watch the next part. Sorry for the cliffhanger. Until then, this is Natnarf signing off.
Favorite